Right now, growing between the cracks of your driveway, there's a plant that contains more plant-based omega-3 than many leafy greens in the grocery store. It needs almost no water, no fertilizer, no maintenance. And yet, every year, money is spent specifically to eliminate it. Over 4,000 years ago, it was cultivated by multiple cultures, independently, across different continents. Today, we call it a weed, and while it's being pulled out and sprayed, people are buying omega-3 capsules. Why? If a plant is extremely nutrient-dense, able to survive heat and drought, self-propagating, growing for free. Why don't we learn about it? Why isn't it on grocery shelves? Why is it instead listed on herbicide labels?
What happened to a crop that fed civilizations for thousands of years?
When exactly did it become a problem? The answer challenges much of what we think we know about food, gardening, and market logic. Welcome to Rooted, where we open chapters that didn't disappear. They were simply forgotten. Today's subject, Portulaca oleracea, better known as Purslane, the forbidden super sprout. Imagine Egypt around 2000 BC, a market along the Nile. Between baskets of lentils and onions lies a modest, fleshy plant with reddish stems. No one questions it. It belongs there. Archaeological findings show stored purslane seeds in ancient Mediterranean settlements. In China, it appears in early medical texts. In the Middle East, it remains a staple in traditional dishes. This was never an accidental weed. It was part of established food systems across 3 continents. Then everything changed. With the industrialization of agriculture came standardized fields, uniform, controlled, predictable. Anything that grew spontaneously became a disturbance. Purslane grows everywhere, without invitation, without planning, without permission, and systems built on control don't like autonomy. That's where the conflict begins, and it stretches all the way to your driveway. The numbers. Here's where it gets surprising. Analyses show that purslane contains roughly 300 to 400 milligrams of alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, per 100 grams of fresh leaves. That's a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid. Many common supermarket lettuces contain only a fraction of that amount. This doesn't mean it replaces fish, but it does mean a plant growing freely in asphalt can contain more plant-based omega-3 than many cultivated greenhouse greens. And that's just the beginning. Purslane also contains high levels of vitamin E, beta-carotene, magnesium, potassium, calcium, antioxidants, measurable amounts of melatonin. Some analyses have even detected trace amounts of EPA, a fatty acid typically associated with marine organisms. The quantities are small, but biochemically, for a terrestrial plant, that's remarkable. Then in 2022, researchers discovered something even more unusual. Purslane uses a rare dual photosynthesis strategy. It performs C4 photosynthesis for rapid growth. Under drought stress, it can activate CAM mechanisms, a strategy typically found in desert plants. Both processes coordinated within the same tissue. That explains why it grows fast and survives extreme drought. So here's the question: why are we investing billions into developing climate-resilient crops when one is already growing in our driveways? Resilience. Purslane survives temperatures above 104 degrees Fahrenheit, 40 degrees Celsius, saline soils, compacted ground, low moisture conditions. One plant can produce up to 200,000 seeds. Those seeds can remain viable for 30 to 40 years. Even small stem fragments can reroot. That's not aggression, that's adaptation, an ancient survival strategy for unstable times. And we are living in unstable times. Nutrient density without inputs. Many plants marketed as healthy require fertilizer, irrigation, pesticides, and constant care. Purslane grows spontaneously, no inputs, no cost, and delivers nutrient levels comparable to marketed superfoods. The global omega-3 supplement industry moves billions of dollars annually, yet this plant grows freely in urban spaces on every continent. Why isn't it part of public nutrition? Is it convenience, ignorance, or something deeper? The system conflict. Purslane is not patentable, not hybrid-dependent, not brandable, not exclusive. It belongs to no one. After World War II, large parts of the Western world adopted lawn culture. Uniform, short, controlled. Spontaneous plants became enemies. The herbicide industry grew alongside that mindset. Purslane was particularly difficult to eliminate, not because it's toxic, but because it's resilient. And resilient plants often carry high nutrient advantages. Here's the core idea. Markets can plan controlled products. They cannot plan free growth. What grows freely can't be sold. What can't be sold becomes a nuisance. A different story elsewhere. While it was fought in the West, it remained normal elsewhere. In Greece, children know it as glistrida. In Mexico, it's verdolaga, cooked daily. In Turkey, served with yogurt and garlic. In China, cultivated for thousands of years. There, it's a vegetable. Here, it's a weed. And whoever names something controls its meaning. Whoever controls meaning controls what ends up on the table. Climate and the future. Climate models show increasing stress in semi-arid regions. Water scarcity is rising. Many leafy greens struggle in heat. Purslane does not. It grows steadily where other crops fail, not as a miracle cure, but as a resilient addition, one requiring no new infrastructure, no development timeline, no massive investment. Perhaps the real paradox of our time is this. We search for solutions we can control, while the most resilient solutions are already growing freely at our feet. Practical use. Knowledge without application remains theory. You can recognize purslane by reddish, fleshy stems that creep along the ground, small, spoon-shaped succulent leaves, tiny yellow flowers that open in sunlight, flavor, lightly lemony, mildly salty, fresh, use it, young leaves raw in salads, lightly sautéed like spinach, with garlic and olive oil, in soups or stews, mixed into yogurt, as a side to eggs or lentils. Important, only harvest from clean areas, no roadside pollution, no sprayed lawns. If you want to grow it yourself, scatter seeds on loose, sunny soil, no fertilizer, minimal watering, almost no maintenance. It handles the rest. Why it was forgotten. No conspiracy required. Just market logic. Products that must be repurchased yearly are predictable. Spontaneous plants are not. A manicured lawn sells mowers, fertilizers, herbicides, and services. An edible wild plant sells nothing. When nutrition becomes a skill, people possess themselves. Dependence shifts. Maybe that's why it was never actively promoted. Not malice, economics. And that's why knowledge about it isn't in the supermarket aisle. It's in the crack between concrete slabs. Final thought. Purslane is not a miracle cure, but it is a symbol of resilience, of autonomy, of knowledge that disappears when unused. The most nutrient-dense plants on Earth aren't waiting on a shelf. They're already growing, free, unclaimed, in the cracks of a system that forgot them. The question isn't whether they exist. The question is whether you'll learn to recognize them again. If this opened something for you, subscribe and tell me in the comments. Have you seen purslane near you? What's your biggest hurdle? Identification, trust, or just taking the first step? The next chapter opens soon.